So yeah, I was just thinking about the whole strategy of the world governments and whoever it is that is in charge of the whole entire, Earth system. It's clearly not our little governments and all. It the things that I have become aware of in the past few years, like the MK Ultra and how they did psychological studies on citizens and military people with and without their knowledge oftentimes, and the different things they have done to us, the social programming, television, the public school systems, the indoctrination, the universities, the college, everything that they have done uh, has been a plan to bring us to this point where we are so divided into subgroups. There's probably 1 million subgroups in the United States and around the world. There's, Christians, Muslims, other religions. There's gay, straight. Now there's all kind of different genders. Now there's, every division that possible. Race, colors. Oh, then they're mad when you mix the colors. Then they'd have to divide the Republican, the Democrat. So every tiny division in opinion, what's right and wrong. They studied this for hundreds of years. Who are they? Got me hanging. But they're not me and my family. That's for sure. This was all mathematically, figured before they did it. That's why everything happened the way that it did. We're so divided now that there's no way that I can see us as a nation or a world coming together, the population, because they've divided us to the point they've divided the parents against the children, sibling against sibling. We don't even have families standing together anymore. So they knew it was time to drop the hammer, the virus, tell us to put our masks on and do all this other. They had to get their infrastructure in place, the internet, the Facebook, the everything to socially engineer us, to separate. Now we're 1 trillion, I don't know, what was it, George Bush, the 1,000,000 points of light, 1,000 points of light. We're a quadrillion now, and we cannot come together because we've been trained to feel angry, like knee-jerk anger, towards people that think differently than we do. We've been trained to feel that way. I've actually trained myself out of it to a large degree in recent years, luckily, much to the surprise of my son, because he's like, my God, a couple of years ago you'd have flipped out over that. I'm like, yeah, well, see, now I don't flip out over whatever, because I realized that was part of my social engineering. And I allowed my parents to do it to me too. My parents that raised me were very smart. They knew a lot of stuff. I saw them getting stuff done, and they were very skilled in many ways. And when they told me something, I believed them. They were hardcore Republicans. When my mom started out a Democrat, it was funny. I remember her writing on a piece of paper, "Vote for Jimmy." And one morning I saw it on the table when my dad got up and was like, oh, and he crumpled it up and threw it away. But later she became a Republican and conservative, and I guess he convinced her why. And he might have had a lot of good reasons. I'm sure he did. And this is the thing. They both sides have their points. But the thing is, it's all pretend. Anyway, I didn't want to get off on that tangent. I just wanted to say that they've divided us to the point where there's no cohesion, and there will not be cohesion. And the people that do band together will be small pockets, and they'll be called, rebels, and they're gonna round them up or kill them or whatever. So it's like I feel like we're pretty screwed, actually. So, I just wanted to say that. I think people don't understand that, it's the Democrats' fault. You're inside of one of their programs. You just are. I feel, believe me, I feel strongly towards the right. I feel like, they told Trump out, Trump did all this shit. I know he's just as bad as the rest of them, but I did like some of the things he said. I don't believe him, but he was believable to a lot of people. So it's just, you're just trapped in a program. And then there's people trapped in the Q program. And then these people, we're patriots, but they're chewing each other up. Like, if you don't trust the plan 100, well, what the fuck is the plan? Does anybody said what the plan is? The plan is this, it's that, it's JFK coming on a cloud with Michael Jackson. Get out of here, man. It's not going to happen, okay? They've divided you all. All you people that supported Trump who believe that he's this great guy, and that you might be a pretty good person, actually. You heard what I heard, Not that I paid that much attention to it. But I mean, when he said things that made sense, you heard that and believed him. I understand. I understand. And I understand that the Democrats, some of these people are like, well, starving people need social services. I have a friend that's way into it. She's like, Karen, these kids need this money. But families need to stand up and take care of each other. But they've divided the family so much that they don't want to. And then you see, they pit one against the other. They flip-flop it around, twist it inside out, and say, fuck you all. And then we're like, oh, we're going to vote for a new monster, and he's going to fix everything. Would you people please stop it? We should just completely ignore these politicians in every way and go about our lives and take care of each other and our neighbors. But we can't now because we're terrified of one another, and we can't get near each other because we might get the Rona or whatever, besides all the other divisions they've created. Using drugs, drug addicts. Now they've got everybody addicted to drugs, and they're falling apart and stealing from each other and their mom. Can we just realize what has happened? When you put all this responsibility in somebody else's hands, the government, like educating your kids, which is what all they did was indoctrinate them in children's federal day prisons, this is what happens. And this is what happened. Shut up, Karen. You're so fucking dumb. You think you're so smart? No, I'm just pointing out a few things that I've observed in 54 years. Creeping around on this flying prison. Well, I think it's standing still. I am a flat earther. Oh my God! And no, I'm not part of the Flat Earth Society. I don't think the Earth is moving upward, creating a force that causes gravity. No, I don't think we're moving. I think we're flat and stationary, and I don't know what the hell's going on. Other than that. So don't be like, oh, you're so stupid. No, I got reasons for believing it. I saw evidence, and it made more sense to me than what they claimed was evidence for the globe. It doesn't matter what I'm saying about the social engineering and shit. If you think that's stupid or wrong because you think the globe is real, and oh, if anybody that says flat earth is so fucking dumb and I can't believe anything out of their mouth, let me go back again and say, if you like someone and you're friends with someone, do you really think that every single thought that they have is identical to yours as far as believing something is or is not true? Stop acting like somebody that has a thought or a belief in something that is completely stupid to you. It doesn't mean that they don't have a zillion other things in common with you and see things as clearly as you do on other subjects. Get a grip. See ya.